Hello, my name is Courtney Thomas, and here is my crisis speech. Good morning, students of Bradman University. Today I'm here to speak to you about the recent outbreak of a disease that has altered the lives of many students on our campus. A breach of meningococcal meningitis disease has grown at an alarming rate and continues to expand its presence within our campus walls. Students must understand the dangers that this disease imposes. In a 2005 case study of the disease in critical care, it states MM in its septicemic state is a very insidious and dangerous and deadly disease process that can overtake the human body within hours. It is the leading cause of bacterial meningitis and mortality from invasive and meningococcal disease. We must be on track to end this disease and avoid it from spreading any further among our academic population. Today I will speak on exactly how we will do that. As your dean, I have received information on multiple cases of students contracting this infection. It has warranted concern from not just myself, but students, parents, and faculty members. We are all in this together to find a solution on this crisis. So please listen, as I want to provide this university with 3 ways we can combat this outbreak. First, I would like to talk about the risk of contracting it. I want to tell you how you could get infected. Second, I want to talk about recognizing the signs and symptoms. And lastly, I want to provide information on what to do if you have contracted this disease and talk about ways you can prevent this spread to other campus personnel. Now the big question is, who does this disease affect? The answer to this question is everyone. If you are a student at this university, you are at risk. The CDC states that the infectious disease tend to spread wherever large groups of people gather. Recent data shows that the risk for meningococcal disease in college students is slightly higher than the risk in other teens and young adults who are not attending college. Now note that you will not become infected through airborne causes. This disease finds different ways of transmission. People spread meningococcal bacteria to other people by sharing respiratory and throat secretions, saliva or spit. Generally, it takes close, for example, or kissing, or lengthy contact to spread these bacteria. Fortunately, they are not as contagious as germs that cause the common cold or the flu. People do not catch the bacteria through casual contact or by breathing air where someone with meningococcal disease has been. This information was provided directly from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website. There have been some noteworthy cases of outbreak in other universities and establishments. On September 27, 2012, the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene alerted healthcare providers and the public about 12 cases of meningitis disease occurring in the city among MSM. By February 2013, 22 cases have been identified among MSM. All 22 patients were hospitalized and 7 deaths occurred. In March 2013, Princeton University experienced an outbreak of this disease with 8 cases reported among students. In November 2013, the University of California, Santa Barbara reported 4 cases among students. This is proof that we are not the only ones facing this crisis, but we must stop it now before it worsens. Let's talk about how we would recognize the signs and symptoms of possible contraction of this disease. Here is a case study on a college student who was infected at her university. Sarah was an 18-year-old girl who was a freshman in college. She was a good student and a member of the college's girls basketball team. The day before her first game, Sarah came down with a cold and a sore throat. Her coach advised her to stay home from classes and rest up for the big game. Later that afternoon, Sarah developed a fever and a rash. She also felt extremely weak. Her roommates took her to the college clinic where they diagnosed her with the flu and sent her home with instructions to increase her fluid intake. 1 hour later, Sarah's roommate was unable to awaken Sarah and noticed her extremities were swollen and appeared to be bruised. The roommate called 911 and Sarah was taken to the town's ER, where she died 30 minutes later. It was later confirmed that Sarah had contracted meningitis. Her parents stated that she had not been vaccinated for the disease at her college physical appointment. Her physician has told the parents that this disease was extremely rare and the vaccine was not really necessary. From that story, what were some symptoms Sarah experienced that we noticed? She had a fever. She's noticed a slight rash. She had swollen and bruised extremities. And in the beginning stages, she experienced flu-like symptoms and became weak and had a sore throat. These are all signs and symptoms of contraction. Unfortunately for Sarah, if she had been vaccinated, there's a chance she still would be here with us today. If you or someone you know is experiencing any of these symptoms, go to the doctor immediately and get treated. Here are some disturbing images of how this disease can affect you. You have swollen extremities, a notice of a rash, and the bottom picture has an extreme case of the outbreak. Now, as we saw with Sarah's situation, I implore all students to get vaccinated. The CDC recommends a meningococcal conjugate vaccine for first-year college students living in residence halls. If they received it before their 16th birthday, they need a booster dose for maximum protection before going to college. However, the vaccine is safe and effective, and therefore doctors can give it to non-first-year college students. For treatment, doctors will prescribe a particular antibiotics. Antibiotics, referred to as prophylaxis, can be prescribed by your local doctor. It is appropriate for those in the same household, have dorm roommates, and have close contact with a significant other. Now that you know how to prevent this disease from spreading any further, let me conclude this message. It's important that our students occupy a healthful and safe environment, and I stress that everyone takes this outbreak very serious. Take these steps to prevent the disease from spreading any further within our campus, and understand that everyone bears full responsibility of prevention and treatment. With determination and proactivity, we can stop this disease together. Thank you.